I've asked you to stop here, because I was absolutely surprised the first time I went through Philadelphia looking for things, which was in the early 1980s. I was surprised at the variety of religions, that diversity of religions, which existed in Philadelphia in the late 1700s. So if you look at this map, which is very difficult to read now because they haven't cleaned it, because the weather has just taken over. But if you take a look at all the different churches in which Quakers, Jews, Catholics, and Protestants, what they did was, instead of fighting and killing each other as they would in Britain or Europe, somehow, and this needs to be understood why the somehow all they did was scream nastiness at each other or segregate each other. They didn't seem to kill each other, or they somehow got along. I think that's a phenomenon which we are still dealing with. How do we be different and yet one? E pluribus unum. Not easy. This is known as a Quaker city, but that is primarily colonial times. Once you start getting into late 18th century, you start getting the phenomena of immigrants. But when you start doing your research, you find that there are two Catholic churches in pretty much the same block in Philadelphia in 1789. But there must be enough Catholics for two churches. And why two churches? And why on this side? Why are the Lutherans on the north side? And why are the Catholics here? Well, of course, people keep to their own tribe, but they didn't kill each other. So part of the birth of religious freedom is, I don't kill you. Let me tell you, there is a church which was built in the 1730s called Old St. Joseph's Church, and it goes all the way back. What is something that we might find memorable? What we could find memorable about the church is that it was the only place in the entire British Empire where Catholics could worship in the open. In Britain, you almost had to go underground or into private to worship. Somehow, in colonial Philadelphia, Catholics could worship openly, but not on the street corner. What was the compromise? Don't see, don't tell. And then you see this absolutely gorgeous, still operating Catholic church. And you open it up and it's got everything in it, but it's not on the curb. I want to go very briefly down here